Hi Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're actually doing the monthly readings. So looking ahead at May, see what's happening for you. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you do get to stay up to date with all the videos. I do upload quite often, but today we are sticking with a bit of a green herbal type theme today. I do have the Green Witch Oracle I am using, the Taurus lenormand. When we look at career, I've got the Purposeful Career Oracle deck there, and doing something a little bit different this week. We will be looking at health with the Health Secrets of Medicinal Herbs book today. Okay, so getting sort of straight on into it for you, Taurus. Taurus, splitting the month, start, middle, and end. What is going on for Taurus in May 2025? Taurus energy, please. May 2025 for Taurus. Everyone will just have to forgive me. This week I have the sniffles. It's that change of season here in Australia. So as always, it brings on all the sneezing and allergies and all that sort of fun stuff. We do have starting May off for you with a Taurus card. This is the card of hope, the daffodil. Okay. The card of hope. It's kind of trying to remind you that, no matter how bad things have seemed of late, Taurus, which, I do get that quite a lot of you have had some, rough energy lately. And it's not even that it's, for some of you, there's been a lot going on in, negative ways, things going on. But for some of you, it's just this pervasive kind of energy of like, ugh. So, I have been seeing that coming up in a lot of the readings I've been doing for any Taurus lately is just this ongoing blah kind of energy. So the start of May wants to just remind you that there is a reason to remain hopeful, that things are going to start swinging back up again. That life wants to just sort of remind you that life is it's never just a flat line. Even if you feel like you're kind of flatlining a little bit at the moment, Taurus, there's a reason that, you have these peaks and troughs in life. And there is a reason to hope that even if you've been down at the bottom of one of those, or even if you have been flatlining, that things will sort of start back on that upswing once again for you. But we will clarify that there for you. And I just let you know straight away, I am definitely seeing happiness returning to you in May here. Some of you are maybe connected to family. I've just had, when I said that, it does feel as though that card that just flipped out is specific to the phrase I just said, happiness will be returning to you in May. And that was the tree, okay? So for some of you, it may have to do with a Virgo placement, but it's just all about that, the healing and the growth. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially those of you who have been kind of feeling that flatline energy, it's because there's a lot going on under the surface subconsciously, in your energy that, even though it's not coming through directly and you're not really, I feel like for a lot of you, you're not even really paying attention to what's been going on for you with your energy that much. But it's kind of letting us know that you have been growing and healing in the background kind of thing. It's if you think about a computer, and this is just the system update happening in the background, and May is the time for that to actually, reinstall and be uploaded into the system so that you actually start to notice that. So you will probably notice, moments of wisdom coming through for you during May, leading you towards happiness once again, branching out back to happiness, where, it's kind of just giving me the seasons the tree goes through, that some seasons, you lose all your leaves and you feel like, dry and crispy, yellow and brown, energy, whereas the rest the rest of the year, you know, you've got those bare branches, and that's where you've kind of been lately, is that bare branches, and then, you know, all of a sudden new buds start to form. So May, really, we do see a lot of those new growth starting to form for you, and it's starting to actually make sense for you. Things just sort of falling into place and making sense a bit here. But back to clarifying the start of May for Taurus. What's going on in the start of May for Taurus? A reason to hope. Quite interesting here. And as we all know, anyone that does watch the channel, obviously, quite a lot of the time, the messages that come through, they directly relate to situations and people that I know personally. So I am once again seeing an example of this has already happened for some Taurus. You know, that being, you know, I do quite often pick up my sister's energy in the collective Taurus readings, and I can straight away see that this has already played out for her. So I just feel as though this hope returning, it may for some of you be the after effects of something that may have already happened at the end of April here. But, you know, heading in, Taurus, to, you know, we're in your birthday season at the moment. So some of you haven't actually even had those birthdays yet, you know, so there is a reason to hope for a lot of you there. We have the snake coming through first. So this is actually referring to somebody from the past, somebody within your foundational energy. So for some of you, this is somebody that you may have known from childhood. It may not necessarily be from childhood, but there's just a very strong foundation that this person has been in your life for probably quite a long time, at least sort of 5 years. And so there's a foundation, you know, an example that has been laid with the way that you get along with this person, and the type of relationship that you have with this person. I dare say it is a platonic relationship. We have the dog coming through at the end here, but we have the scythe before that. Okay, so it kind of does show us that whoever this person is, they are, like, because with the scythe there, I do feel as though you're actually breaking away from this person a little bit more, and you're making some decisive movements, some sudden unexpected changes in that relationship. The example I want to give here is, you know, because this feels like somebody who's been a bit of a snake, you know, a bit of a, not necessarily somebody that you have been able to trust. They may have been a little bit deceptive, or betrayal kind of energy. They try to rock that foundation, and that's why they're, you know, it feels like they've been around for a while in your energy here, and something suddenly has changed that relationship, or will change that relationship. It's kind of like you're breaking free from the foundation of how that's been set up. So, you know, for example, if this person is in your life, that you have to deal with this person at work, for example, all of a sudden there comes this big scythe energy where there is a sudden change to that. So, you know, maybe somebody changes departments, or, you know, maybe you finally call someone out that you've been holding back for a while, Taurus. Maybe you finally call somebody out, and that actually, you know, you're breaking free from this draining energy that's been constantly draining you, and constantly, you know, trying to put this illusion, this betrayal, this deceptive kind of energy in you here, and it kind of allows you to remember that, you know, you're not a friend to this person, because I feel like you're not really, you've known for a long time that this person is not your friend. Even though we're seeing the friendship card here, I do feel that you just intuitively know that this person is not loyal, they are not understanding, and not compassionate towards you, and you're finally, you know, breaking free. It's kind of like no more Mr. Nice Guy energy is actually coming through here. Especially with that snake starting us off, it does feel as though that is impacting the whole storyline here, because, you know, normally I would read that very, very differently. but we would still see breaking away from a friend. But I feel in this particular case for you, Taurus, that this person is not necessarily a friend from the word go. And there's just something happening here where you are breaking free from that and being a friend to yourself first, rather than, because I feel like you're the one that's always had the compassion, the understanding, and all that sort of stuff. And I am seeing that following through in the middle of the month with strength. Okay, so this took some strength, and we do see on that strength card here, the image of the sword. So it took strength to cut yourself free from that energy, because that energy, it feels like it's just been draining you for a long time. It's like this python that's been wrapped around you for a very long time, because we see the snake and then the tower there, and it's kind of like this is like a python that's been wrapped around you for a long time. And trying to isolate you, trying to, trying to exert authority over you in some kind of way for some of you there. And so this has taken a lot of strength to break free from this and to, finally go, look, I know you're not my friend. I'm breaking free. I'm cutting this out. I'm cutting, I'm cutting it out, cutting it off. Cutting off the BS, basically, is what I'm picking up very strongly here, Taurus. I feel like you're just not putting up with it anymore. You're standing up for yourself. You're being a friend to you, rather than just trying to placate somebody, or, so I do feel for some of you, you are sort of calling somebody out kind of energy. That's the fennel, by the way, in case you didn't recognize that. So we do definitely see, this is going to take strength. And I do feel as though it's an ongoing type of strength, that this situation, it may not just be a clean cut, even though we do see very strong imagery of a sudden change here, that it's maybe unexpected for this person. And they do seem to, I'm just feeling that they are trying to just sort of hold on. And that if they've been up in this tower trying to have that authority, to all of a sudden lose that authority over you, that's something that people do try to hold on to a little bit, or try to find a way around, or but you're defending yourself very, very strongly, which is why the strength is persisting for you here throughout the month. It's a very good energy for you to break free from this, because you're like, I have hope that things can be better than this. That's why I'm cutting this out now, and that's it. I'm finally going to break free from this BS, because I have hope that even if I have to stand up for myself, and it happens in a, maybe even a dramatic kind of a way, I deserve this. Like I need to be a friend to myself. I need to be loyal and compassionate towards myself here. And that's, it does take a lot of strength, but you seem to have it. And it's all part of this background growth that you're experiencing and healing, leading you directly to happiness. Okay, we have the card of happiness here, and that is the marjoram. Marjoram. That's what that flower is. Okay, herb flower. Okay, so it's all about happiness, though. So we definitely see that there's a method to the madness, that the month is ending on a high for you there. A lot of happiness coming through to you, realizing that, even if it didn't feel like I was doing the right thing at the time, it was the right thing for me. And, I actually feel freer. I feel a lot of freeing energy coming through in May for you, and alongside that growth, and it kind of makes you stop and realize, that all that subconscious growth and healing that you have been doing, the way that you're handling things very maturely, with wisdom, and taking care of your family, even if that's just yourself. We clarifying all that there. Yeah, relationships with the feminine energy. You're strengthening the relationship within your own feminine, and opening up new opportunities for yourself here, Taurus. It's all successful relationships. You've broken free from this cycle so that you can start brand new cycles in a more feminine, nurturing, family nurturing type energy, nurturing your own feminine and your own happiness and your relationship with yourself and the people that you actually do care about, because you don't actually care about this snake. So why have you been trying to, protect and continue that cycle? you're breaking free from it. There's a lot of freedom here, and it leads to happiness and success. In the long run, it works out really well for you here. It actually brings about brand new opportunities here to succeed. Okay. Looking at work, career, and finances for you, Taurus. Work, career, and finances for Taurus in May. Cards do not want to shuffle today, Taurus. Work, career, and finances for Taurus in May, please. Yeah, so I do feel as though it is connecting to this storyline that we just saw, this mishaps card. So there's a few moments here where you're like, oh, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Oh, it was this a mistake. There may be some minor setbacks, but it's only asking you to review your work and see what you've missed. Mistakes teach us lessons. So, it's not necessarily a mistake. It's an opportunity to learn and, try to work out, okay, if I don't want to do things that same way again, how do I want to do this in the future? How do I deal with this in the future? That kind of thing. There may be some setbacks, though. I'm not going to lie, but it's giving you hope, though, which is the main thing. It's hope on how to deal with this and learning from those little missteps along the way, because it's all about finding balance here. We do see a lot of balance coming through for you with career. You need to balance your career and personal life. Honesty and business ethics are important to establish credibility in your work environment. So definitely making sure that you are putting just as much effort into your career as you are into your personal life this month. There may be a bit of a disbalance one way or the other. You may be working too much or spending too much time with your personal life. So definitely making sure we've got that in balance. But it also does say honesty and business ethics are important. So make sure with your career specifically that we are being honest and credible, ethical with our business arrangements. We're doing the right thing and owning up to any mistakes that we have made in the career stuff as well. Even if you're only owning up to that to yourself, all right, take personal responsibility. But we also see connections coming through for May. Teamwork makes the dream work. So some of you are expanding out, and not, and working with somebody new, working with others a little bit more this month. Allowing others to share their talents and skills with you will help your career and business grow further. Okay, so relying on those connections that you have, don't focus on this connection that you're breaking away from. Help that, make that, well, I've misstepped in that connection, so do you know what, it's time to go and build new connections where I'm not having to deal with that person, so I'm going to go build new connections. I'm just sort of picking up for some of you, it's the breaking of that snake connection directly leads you to a better connection. So it's kind of like if this is somebody at work who's always been a bit of a snake and they're trying to be a bit sneaky and deceive you about certain things or betray you, they're trying to sort of undercut you at work, that sort of a thing. Cutting that energy off, you might actually find somebody else in the workplace that has had the same issue with that same person, and it's not a gossipy energy. It's just a, oh, let's have each other's back here. Let's work as a team against this corruption, because that's bad ethics, and we're focusing on, good business ethics. So that's going to help you actually create more connections in the workplace as well this month, I feel. But looking at health for you, Taurus. Health message for our Taurus. We have burdock. Okay. Farmers call this an invasive weed, but herbalists consider burdock worthy in all of its parts. The seed, or burr, is used in kinds of kidney afflictions. It can also be used as a wash for acne, hives, boils, dandruff, and psoriasis. The burdock root, which contains inulin, has been, I don't know if that's supposed to say insulin. because it has been prescribed for diabetes, rheumatism, kidney and lymph disorders, and for any kind of dermatitis. The pulped leaves are used as skin poultices for wounds, bruises, sprains, irritations, ringworm, eczema, and poison oak and ivy rash. The herb is active against bacteria and fungi and lowers blood sugar levels. Wow, what an amazing herb. Burdock. Okay, so kidney issues may be prevalent for some of you, but I'm really getting, there's quite a lot of mention here of eczema, psoriasis, acne, skin type conditions, and it does also talk about, the diabetes. That's a big one. A lot of people have issues with diabetes, and the blood sugar levels. So, paying attention to things like your blood sugar levels and the condition of your skin this month, obviously important. Your kidneys as well, taking care of your kidneys this month. But it's really coming through very strongly with skin irritations, the diabetes mention, and kidney issues for you, Taurus. So being aware of those issues. But burdock, my sister with who is a Taurus does have one of these skin conditions. So I need to make sure her energy obviously is very heavy in the collective this week. So I do need to let her know about burdock, because what a great herb. That sounds amazing. Okay, Taurus, so that's what we've got for you this week. You're more than welcome to check your other important placements, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon.